For centuries, the Amazon rainforest has been described as Earth's final frontier, an endless green ocean where few civilizations could thrive. The thick canopy, the oppressive humidity, and the seeming absence of monumental ruins led many to believe that this vast jungle was always home only to scattered, small tribes. The image was one of survival, not of civilization. But today, that myth is collapsing. A wave of new discoveries is rewriting everything we thought we knew about the Amazon. Advanced technology has pierced the jungle's veil, and what it reveals is nothing short of breathtaking. Sprawling ancient cities, engineered landscapes, and entire cultures that flourished, then disappeared, leaving behind silent earthworks beneath the forest floor. This is the story of how the Amazon's unseen veil lifted, what archaeologists are discovering, and why it matters not only for history, but also for our future. For generations, explorers returned from the Amazon with conflicting stories. Some claimed to have seen evidence of advanced societies, even golden cities hidden in the trees. Others dismissed these as fantasies, the hallucinations of weary travelers swallowed by the rainforest. Modern archaeology largely sided with skepticism. The Amazon's poor, nutrient-starved soils seemed unable to support large, complex populations. How could urban life thrive in such conditions? Surely only scattered bands of hunter-gatherers could survive here. But now science tells us otherwise. The revolution came from above, quite literally. Light detection and ranging, or LiDAR technology, sent pulses of laser light from aircraft into the jungle canopy. These signals penetrated the greenery, bouncing back to reveal subtle variations in ground elevation. When the data was compiled, an astonishing sight emerged. Beneath the seemingly untouched forest lay grids of roads, canals, and even entire city layouts. The myth of an empty Amazon had been shattered. Among the most stunning revelations are the settlements of the Casarabe culture in present-day Bolivia. From the air, LiDAR maps lit up with evidence of vast urban centers. On the ground, archaeologists confirmed it. Carefully engineered plazas, massive earth platforms, terraced fields, reservoirs, and intricate road networks crisscrossing the landscape. Imagine it, standing on a raised causeway stretching for kilometers, with monumental mounds rising at the horizon. Wide plazas where thousands could gather, irrigation canals guiding water across carefully planned fields. These were not isolated hamlets, they were cities, comparable in size to medieval European towns. One site, Kotoka, spreads across more than 300 hectares. That's larger than many of Europe's major medieval settlements, and this was just one of several urban hubs. The sheer scale has forced historians to rethink human ingenuity. These cities were not carved from stone like those of the Maya or Inca. Instead, they were sculpted from the earth itself, blending into the jungle environment. They endured for centuries, sustained by innovations that allowed populations to thrive where outsiders once believed survival was nearly impossible. So how did these societies function? What was life like inside these hidden metropolises? Agriculture was the foundation. The Casarabe and other Amazonian cultures mastered techniques to enrich poor soils, creating fertile black earth known as terra preta. These engineered soils were capable of sustaining crops for generations. They grew maize, cassava, fruits, and other staples that could feed large populations. Water management was another triumph. The Amazon's rhythm of floods and droughts could devastate the unprepared. But these societies built canals, reservoirs, and raised fields to tame the waters. Rather than fighting nature, they adapted in harmony with it. Social structure is hinted at by the city layouts. Monumental platforms likely housed elites or religious leaders. Plazas suggest civic gatherings. Road systems indicate centralized planning and coordinated labor on a massive scale. And then, there's the culture itself. Artifacts uncovered, pottery, tools, and decorative objects point to a society rich in artistry and spiritual life. Trade routes likely connected them to distant regions, exchanging goods and ideas across the continent. For centuries beneath the rainforest, millions may have lived in thriving cities. Their laughter, their rituals, their festivals echoing through plazas now swallowed by vines. Yet for all their accomplishments, these civilizations vanished. Why? Archaeologists continue to debate. Several possibilities emerge. Environmental shifts. The Amazon is fragile. Even small changes in rainfall or temperature can devastate crops. Long droughts could have crippled agriculture. Resource depletion. Intensive farming and deforestation may have pushed the land beyond recovery, forcing populations to scatter. Disease. Contact with outsiders, or even pre-Columbian epidemics, could have swept through dense populations with catastrophic results. Social upheaval. Like many civilizations, internal conflict or political collapse may have torn apart the structures that held society together. What remains clear is that the fall of these empires was gradual. Cities were abandoned, plazas emptied, canals clogged with silt. The jungle grew back, erasing human fingerprints over centuries, until only hints remained. Their disappearance offers a sobering lesson. Civilizations, no matter how advanced, must live within the limits of their environment. The Amazon's ancient cities remind us how innovation and fragility walk hand in hand. As we uncover these forgotten cities, a new question arises. How should we approach this knowledge? Modern archaeology must balance discovery with respect. Today, the Amazon is still home to many indigenous peoples whose ancestors may have built these cities. Their traditions and oral histories could hold vital clues about the past. Collaborative research, not extractive digging, is key to honoring their heritage. Technology will continue to transform what we know. LiDAR scans cover only a fraction of the rainforest. With every new survey, new patterns emerge. More causeways, more settlements, more evidence that the Amazon once pulsed with human life on a grand scale. And yet, perhaps the most remarkable truth is this: the Amazon still holds secrets. Beneath roots and rivers lie stories untold, stories of resilience, innovation, and the deep connection between people and the land. The Amazon's unseen veil has lifted, but only just. What we've glimpsed challenges not only our understanding of history, but also our imagination of what humans are capable of. These were not primitive survivors eking out life in a hostile jungle. They were engineers, city builders, visionaries who reshaped the rainforest without destroying it, and whose rise and fall still whisper warnings to us today. As climate change and deforestation now threaten the Amazon, the echoes of these lost empires remind us. Greatness is not only in what we build, but in how we sustain it. Civilizations endure only when they learn to live with their environment, not against it. And so the jungle still breathes with mysteries. As technology and human curiosity push forward, more forgotten cities will rise from the shadows. The Amazon continues to guard its secrets, but one by one, the forest is giving them back. The story is far from over.